Trial of Donna Adelson, it's not all that far off, and lots of questions still are out there into the ether of how much did Donna play a role in this? How much did she know? Joining me to discuss, Bob Motta, defense attorney, host of the podcast Defense Diaries. It's time to talk Adelsons again. Obviously, Charlie convicted last year. Donna's coming here. What's your thoughts as we get closer to her getting her trial date?
It's going to be a fascinating trial. I mean, because one of the things we just learned is that they are transporting Charlie. He's going to be testifying on behalf of the state. So I don't know if that's like we just found that out. So that's like, what's he going to say? I mean, is he going to be like Wendi? Like they could never get Wendi to crack, and they've put her on in every single trial. And I'm assuming they're going to put her on again. But it's going to be a banger. It's going to be a really fascinating trial because the things that we saw about Donna coming through, especially in Charlie's trial with respect to, I mean, they have her pegged as the money woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one who was, supplying the cash, that would have been supplying the cash that would have gone to Dan, when they were trying to buy him off to allow the kids to move down there. Like she was the one, like they have her pegged as the puppet master, even though I still think that it was Wendi that was the true puppet master. But again, in any case, whether or not you're able to get a conviction all depends on what evidence you have,
Yeah.
and it's like Charlie was so sloppy that they ended up getting plenty of evidence against him. I don't know how much they're going to have against Donna, but and it depends on what Charlie's going to say. I mean, who knows, man?
If Charlie's testifying on the part of the state, does that necessarily mean that he's flipping on Donna, his mom, or it's just you're going to be testifying? You don't really have much of a
Right.
choice in this.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like they could have subpoenaed him and said that we're putting you on to testify. Georgia probably just wants to put him to it.
Hmm.
Just wants to ask questions that he's not going to be able to answer.
Hmm.
I don't think Charlie's going in. I don't think he's turned state's evidence because there's no benefit to him at this
Hmm.
point.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Reduce his sentence some? I mean, what? Like there's no benefit to Charlie throwing his mother under the bus. So I have a sneaking suspicion is that Kappelman just wants to get him on the stand and have him try to answer questions that she knows he's not going to be able to answer as to Donna's involvement in this
Hmm.
whole thing, is what I'm guessing.
If Wendi is the puppet master and all this, like you said, you think she might be. Why no charges as of yet? Are they just letting her hang out in the wind? I would think by this point they've unturned a lot of stones in this, and if there was something to charge her with, wouldn't they have done it by now?
You would think, but I mean, that the one thing that tells you is lack of evidence.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't need to wait for each domino to fall to charge Wendi,
Hmm.
especially when Georgia knows that Ruth, Dan's mother, is fighting desperately to get the boys,
Hmm.
you know, into her custody, or, where she's the guardian of the
Yeah.
boys because she's not even able to see her grandchildren.
Yeah.
So you've got this family that where now one of the family members is a convicted of killing, of having a hand in killing Doug, and or I'm sorry, Dan, and you've got, see, I had Doug on the brain from Benefield. But you've got this situation where like everything is kind of like coming together as to everybody else, but it just tells me that they don't have what they need to get her. You know what I mean? Because you have the thing where she drives by the neighborhood,
Hmm.
by happenstance. I was on my way to get alcohol, but I just happened to take a different route than I would normally take. That seems to be little bit longer of a route to that liquor store, and she just happens to cruise by right after the shooting has taken
Hmm.
place. I mean, it certainly seems very suspicious. Is that enough to get her on though? So
Yeah.
maybe the feeling of the prosecution is that, all right, what we're going to have to do is that we do have to wait for each domino to fall. We're going to put away each and every one of these family members so that it seems completely implausible to any jury that Wendi Adelson wasn't behind all of this.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? We've proven now that every other single family member had a hand in this,
Yeah.
and you're gonna sit there as a jury and you're gonna think that the mother of the 2 children didn't have a hand in it?
Yeah.
Come on. You know what I mean? Like, that can be a way to kind of make up for a lack of,
Yeah.
substantial evidence in the case. That's the only thing I could think of.
It's a hard one. I mean, it does very much seem like an enmeshed family where, everybody's kind of doing the bidding of each other, and the end goal in a mesh family is to do whatever is the best interest of the family, not a single individual. And
Right.
obviously we have Charlie, we got Donna, we got everybody kind of playing those sort of roles. So I guess, is it that, does Wendi know what they were going to do, or does Wendi just know her family? And at the end of the day, her family's going to do what they think is best, and she knew what they thought was best, even if it wasn't what she thought was best, and just kind of felt helpless to do anything. Whether or not in reality she was, I mean, she has free will; she could have done something, but did she just stand on the wayside and let the family do what they were going to do?
Yeah, I mean, if she's got knowledge, she's got culpability, though. You know what I mean?
But if she
That's
doesn't
what's
have
gonna.
knowledge, just knows that they have these feelings that they don't like him and that they're capable of doing something, but maybe they will, maybe they won't. It'd be very different if she knew the actual that they were planning on killing him. But I just
Right, I mean, that's
I wonder
like,
if she knew
it's
that.
one thing. Right, thinking, knowing that your family doesn't like your ex, because he's blocking the ability to be able to have the kids down where they all wanna be living down
Mhm.
in Florida is a far cry from, like, knowing that they're plotting to murder him.
Sure,
You know
completely,
what I mean?
completely. But that's
It's
what I'm
like,
wondering. Did she know that?
that's
Let's
what I mean. If she did, she's culpable. The problem for the state is, how do you prove it?
True.
How do you prove that she had the knowledge? That's what I'm saying. That's what I think that they're missing. That one missing piece to that critical missing piece to the puzzle for them in terms of getting her arrested and convicted. Because I
Oh yeah.
mean, look, they can certainly arrest her. I think there's certainly enough there to arrest her. The question becomes, is there enough to convict her? And that's why I'm saying I think that the domino theory, it may be strategically what the state is thinking is the best approach to it. Like, look, we've just got to get all of these people convicted, and then we're going to have to leave it to the jury to just use their common sense
Hmm.
and come to the understanding that this was a family thing. This was
Yeah.
a family decision that they were all doing it at the behest of one another. Ultimately, like you said, they are an enmeshed family. They just are, like, they work as a family unit. It's almost like the mafia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They've
very much
they've got
so.
that vibe. You never go against the family.
Very much.
It's like it's that vibe. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like, I would be shocked if she's not arrested and tried ultimately.
Do you think we would see that before Donna goes to trial, or is that something that, just as Donna got arrested right after Charlie, it's just kind of like, okay, check that box, on to the next.
Well, like, I mean, remember, they were definitely hot to arrest her, but Donna really facilitated it by the jail calls and fleeing the country.
Yes.
Those two things, like, that expedited the whole process for the state with respect to Donna. The question is, do they go after what's Donna's husband's name? Harvey?
Harvey. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do they go after Harvey next with the whole birthday gift thing? Oh, we're getting you the greatest birthday gift of all time. Your grandkids are coming to live with us. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just hard to know because it's like, again, with Charlie, you had some pretty powerful forensic evidence,
Hmm.
right? And you had the relationship with him and Katie that was critical, to being able to tie things together. Where you don't have those same relationships, you're not going to be able to have Katie get in there and testify to the same types of things as to Donna or to Harvey or to Wendi,
Hmm.
that she was able to testify to, as to Charlie, and with either of the actual hitmen either.
Hmm.
I mean, you have both these guys coming in. They had contact with Charlie. None of them had any kind of real contact with Donna, Harvey, or Wendi. So, like, those factors are missing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, from the case, and those were very, very helpful in terms of getting Charlie convicted because, again, in a circumstantial case, you're having to put like lawyers always love to use that puzzle analogy, the jigsaw puzzle. but it's true. We
Yeah,
use it because it's a very accurate way to where, you're always going to have missing pieces in a circumstantial case, but if you step far enough back and look at it, can you see the full picture
sure.
despite the missing pieces? And with Charlie, you were certainly able to. With the rest of them, I mean, I guess it's yet to be seen. And I mean, being able to use convicted family members and forcing them in to testify is a pretty helpful tool,
Sure.
because like she's not Charlie's not gonna be prepped. Like,
Hmm.
like, when they call him on direct, they're not going to be saying, "Okay, this is what we're gonna ask you. We're
Hmm.
we're gonna give you a bunch of time to try to prep an answer." Like, it's gonna basically be a hostile witness situation where she's trying to catch him in lies.
Yeah.
Direct examination. It's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be very wild. Let's take a look. This is Wendi, and I want to get your reaction to this. I know you've probably seen it before. I've seen it before. Of course, this is Wendi. Was in the interrogation. She got questioned. She learns that Dan is not going to make it, but at the very end, she makes a call to her mom, and it's kind of like Peanuts, where you go coming through the phone.
Right.
So listen for that, and let's talk about this on the other end. It's just 60 seconds long. Let's take a look.
Hi, Mom. How's it going? Mom, I need you to sit down. I am fine. The boys are fine. I need you to sit down. I'm fine, and the boys are fine. Danny has been. You can put me on speaker. Yeah. Danny has been shot. And I don't think he's gonna make it. And so I know. So I found this out around 1 or 2 today, and I'm at the police station, and I'm trying to help them figure out who may have done this.
I thought it was interesting at the beginning where it's like, Mom, sit down. And, Mom, I need you to sit down. Whatever Donna is saying, she believes is far more important than whatever Wendy is about to tell her. I mean,
Right.
it totally plays to the narcissism of Donna Adelson. What was your reaction to that?
Yeah, same. And the most interesting part is that we can hear Donna squawking on
Yeah.
the other end, like at the beginning of the conversation.
It reminds me
And
of A Christmas Story where where you did
yeah, like the scene where they like Ralph had dropped the F bomb, and
yeah,
she lets his buddy's mom know that
exactly.
I feel like that's
Exactly.
where he says he learned it from. Yeah,
Exactly.
but like towards the end of it, where she said, I forget what she said. Can we play it again? Like
Yeah.
there's the one part where she says, here, let's just watch it one more
Okay.
time.
Hi, Mom. How's it going? Mom, I need you to sit down. I am fine. The boys are fine. I need you to sit down. I'm fine, and the boys are fine. Danny has been. You can put me on speaker. Yeah. Danny has been shot. And I don't think he's gonna make it. And so I know. So I found this out around 1 or 2 today, and I'm at the police station, and I'm trying to help them figure out who may have done this.
Yeah. So that's
So
yeah.
the end. So she says, it sounds like Donna says, "What?
Hmm.
What?"
Yep.
But then when Wendy says, "I know," I didn't hear Donna actually say anything. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you can hear the squawking for everything that Donna's saying, and the two, it sounded like she said, "What?
Hmm.
What?"
She did.
And then and then you don't hear anything, and then you hear Wendi say, I know, as if, because remember, she's sitting in a police station.
Mhm.
Either the cops are in the room with her, or they're obviously recording it, which we know they
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
And she's aware of that. She's an attorney. She knows.
Mhm.
So, it's like, could that be damning evidence? I mean, what would be amazing is to have Donna's recording of what she was actually saying, or if there's some way that they're able to enhance the audio of what
Mhm.
Donna could be saying in that, to where if they can show that Wendi literally just made up that, "Oh, I know," like, as if her mother said something like, "That's terrible,"
Mhm.
or "That's awful," just to try to make it seem like this was all new news to her mother. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's, that case, man, it's like that. It's one of those cases that that trial is gonna be fascinating as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. Coming up very soon, the trial of Donna Adelson. Of course, we'll cover it for you right here, and I'm sure you are going to be covering it as well over on Defense Diaries. You gonna live stream it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do it with Jay. Jay,
Uh,
that case is Jay's baby. Jay's
right.
been trying Wendi Adelson on his channel. He's been finding her guilty. He's made a lot of great videos
Mhm.
um in terms of what his idea. Because I kept telling him, I'm like, look, man, it's like the evidence or lack thereof. That's the only
Yeah.
reason. It's like I believe that Wendi knew.
Mhm.
I believe that she had a hand in it. The problem is, like with any case, if you don't have the evidence, you can't get the conviction.
Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to follow us wherever you download podcasts, and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can get advanced episode and premium content on our premium channel right there. Also, be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any breaking updates on the stories that matter to you most. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Brueski, and you'll find us right there. Again, thanks for watching.